Okay, so what we have here is my sketch, my character sketch from 1995 in an old sketchbook. Um, and it's this barbarian type leaning on his big weapon. And what I originally wanted to do was make this very muscly guy. And then after I took the reference pictures, and I'll show you in a second, I sort of, changed my mind a little bit. And I also thought it was fun to do him with a little bit more clothing, because that's a lot of fun to sculpt in ZBrush, and I wanted to show you guys. So I am gonna use his pose, and he is still leaning on a weapon, but it's gonna be slightly different. So my wife was kind enough to take some photos of me. There I am with my big weapon. And I've got a front and a side, and I tried to, what you've got to do when you take pictures, they will never line up completely, and you can see that this one is slightly from above. This one is quite good from the front, but still you're gonna get some distortion. It's not gonna be perfect, which is fine. You can work around it. Just gotta guess a little bit. Try to line up the shoulder like here with here, and the top of the hand here with here, and it doesn't work completely, because if I match up the eyes, see, it's something completely different. And I guess it's because of perspective, this shoulder is closer, and this is further away. Oh well, anyway, this is how I did it, and I saved out front and a side and took it into Maya, and just took my, let's see, I'll take my outliner here just for you guys to see. Take the front, you can middle drag that into your scene, and you look in the attribute editor, you just click on environment, and you create an image plane, and we'll go to our, where is it, there, front. Okay, there it is. Now if you look, you can see if you look at front, you can see image plane here under inputs, and the center X should be at 0, because then it's at the center, and the center Y, well, I'll move it up a little bit. I drag with middle mouse button, something like this, 45, and then center set should be at -100. So then if we see, so the Z is in this, -100 might be a little bit much, but -50 or something, just so our mesh wouldn't stick through it later on. And then we'll do the same with side. Select it again, environment, image plane, create. Where's the side? There. And now we can remember because this was at 45, if you remember the other one, and you can see that the width and height, which are you can see this is the other image plane. You can maybe rename this front image, and this one is at 1990, so it's 100, and then there's the side image. We'll do this 100, and Z should be at 0, and then we can do this at -50 as well. Okay, let's see here. Alright, so already we see that this one is the wrong way around. Now there's a lot of ways to fix this, but what I usually do is that I just I rotate this one -90, put this one over here, and take the side image and put this at 50, and let's hit the other side. So now when we look through side, we can see our image, and oh, what do we got here? So see, and when we look through front, we can see our image as well, and this should sort of line up. You can see here. So if we line it up in Photoshop, it should line up here. So this is the start of our well, our lowest mesh in Maya, and we can just create like a cube and start matching this up. Just you know, create a very crude upper body, and now we can see that because we got our front and side set up, which is, you know, reasonably standard practice these days, but I just wanted to show you guys. Also, you can see why I chose to, you know, I'm definitely not as muscly as my sketch. I guess I always wanted to be, but well, you know, life takes you in different direction. So I decided to go with something slightly more slender, more like my own build, and you know, I'll take it further in the next lesson, and then we'll really get started on the base mesh. Alright, see you in the next lesson.